Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Second Sidequest. This episode we talk about the Book of Boba Fett, and yeah, it gets pretty interesting. So hope you enjoy.
Boba Fett got a book?
No,
He wrote
Just
a book.
He's writing a book?
yeah, Boba Fett's got a
No, it was
book.
for Slim Jim.
Oh, God. Yeah, that smells awful.
All right, yeah, this episode is about the TV show, The Book of Boba Fett. I know so none of you have seen this. You said, Tyler, you've seen a couple episodes.
Yeah. Probably just the first, but I've seen a couple episodes.
You probably don't remember shit about it, do you?
Him and What's-Her-Face get in a fight in the, courtyard, the first episode or some shit like that.
That's Game of Thrones.
They start fighting.
No, I don't know what the hell you're talking about because they don't fight. Boba and her do not fight.
No, they don't. They fight together, fighting a bunch of damn people attacking them. That's all I can remember.
Yeah. Yeah, that just happened twice. I mean, pretty much all the show is...
There's only 2 fight scenes in the show?
No, I'm talking about with them, fighting a group of people. Pretty much what this show is just about is...
Them reviving Boba Fett.
Yeah. It's turning a kind of a minor character into
his back to take.
A major contributor to, this whole show felt like the 3rd season of The Mandalorian. Because The Mandalorian comes in, halfway through this show. But it's cool because, the...
Din Djarin?
Yeah. The first, 3 episodes, because there's only, I think it's, 7 episodes, is, the whole thing. And the first 3 episodes, it's, it shows Boba getting out of the Sarlacc pit, and he gets captured by Tusken Raiders, and he becomes a prisoner. Yeah. Well, he ends up helping the Tuskens, and so they, release him, and they pretty much, show him their ways. But it was kind of cool because, the Sand People, you only see them, killing and doing stuff. You kind of learn more about, their stuff. And so it's kind of interesting to see,
So it makes what Anakin did to him worse?
Yeah. Because it's these people, not all these people are bad.
Women and children.
The women and the children.
Yeah.
All of them.
Sorry,
Good, wasn't it?
I murdered them.
There's some emotion behind it.
Annie, it's okay. Now come back here and murder me.
All right, Padme. But...
I was talking about Ahsoka, but...
Oh,
Just
no.
kidding.
Ahsoka's in this too, briefly.
Yes.
But, no, it doesn't matter because they all get murdered, in the end anyways, so it's great.
Wait,
But-
what? They are the Sand People?
Yeah, the Sand People end up getting murdered. It's kind of gut-wrenching because you're like, oh man, this is really nice. Boba Fett's becoming one with the Sand People. They make him this little staff, their little staffs and
They
stuff.
start dancing around.
He gets his own little personal staff, and then he rides a bantha off to go find. He's trying to find his armor and stuff. Which, if you've seen The Mandalorian, you know how he gets his armor back.
Yeah, all
How do
Cobb
you lose?
Vanth.
How do you lose it?
yeah, whatever. He's from The Office. He's in The Office. That actor is.
Timothy Oliphant.
Yeah.
He crawls out of the Sarlacc pit, right?
Yeah. He just busts through the sand and just crawls out.
Well, doesn't it show him in there? And there's a stormtrooper in there.
I mean, yeah,
With him, and that was pretty
it
cool.
starts off with he's in there and he gasp awake, and then he's trying to cut through it, and then you see him do his flamethrower in there, and then it just pops up to the top of the sand, and his fist comes through, and he crawls out, he's alive, and then he passes out, and the Jawas find him,
and
they
all the
steal all
shit.
his armor. Yeah.
Jawas for
Yeah,
real.
and he's all 3rd degree sunburnt.
Oh,
just laying
Yeah,
in the desert.
he's all jacked up.
I was going to say this at the top of the episode about not Fallen Order, Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Buy it, mint condition. I'm already having a lot of fun with it.
I can't
They,
wait to get home, download it.
The battle, you better hold it. It's 140 gigs. So
Oh my god.
it took me all night to download it, and I couldn't sleep, so I woke up at I didn't wake up. I got on at 5 o'clock in the morning and started playing it. And was playing it the whole time.
I hope that they bring him to life. I hope they bring him into
I
the
think they will.
cinematic universe.
Have
It
you
just
seen
seems like he should be with Ahsoka. They should.
I mean, maybe. Who
do
knows?
something.
I mean, Ahsoka's coming out. And
But
stuff, so.
their story, this might be a little bit of a spoiler, but not too much. But they go into the High Republic storyline
Really?
in this, which I thought was really cool. Because I kind of want to know more about the High Republic. Which, if you don't know, it's like the High Republic is before the prequels. It's way before the prequels. But it was like you have the Republic and then you have the High Republic. And that's like, I don't know how many years.
And
It's
they're really high.
Yeah, they're all just high and at peace.
Blazed out of their mind.
But
I'm talking about before the Disney trilogy.
no, before the prequels.
What's going that far back?
The new Jedi. What's a fucking
Jedi
Jedi
Survivor.
Survivor?
Yeah, Jedi Survivor.
Is it just like remnants of the High Republic?
It's a whole thing. I don't want to get.
You gotta look
too much
into it.
I'm so
gotta
confused
play
because
it.
that's like way out of the
I was
way.
gonna say, was it some flashbacks and shit like that?
A lot more than that.
Takes you
I
back.
mean, it's like the temples and stuff.
I gotcha.
But it's really really cool, and I suggest that y'all get it if you're Star Wars fans because that little opening scene, you'll see it. You'll see it. It's so dope.
Have y'all
I was getting
seen
goosebumps the whole time.
the commercials for the game with
Luke.
with Mark Hamill?
Mark Hamill, yeah.
Mark Hamill.
That means I think he's
Mark
gonna.
Hamill.
That's why I think Luke's gonna be in it.
Are you just trying to figure out what his name is?
There's a whole commercial where he has like the two foam swords, and Mark Hamill's like, "You get double-bladed lightsaber? You get two lightsabers?" And he's like, "Yeah, but I can connect them and use them as one." And Mark walks away and goes, "They never gave me two lightsabers."
Yeah, it's dope. I got the dual wielding. That's all I use. I'm like a little Ahsoka running around.
Cal Kestis?
Cal Kestis.
Yeah.
You can also look up
Cameron
Shameless.
Monaghan?
Yeah, I knew it was Cameron.
He's
something.
from Shameless?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him.
I really like him as an actor too.
Yeah, he is a good actor.
The only thing about the customization is like you can
Lip
make
is
it
a
like
lot hotter.
crazy, but then they're like, "Oh yeah, you can also look like Obi-Wan. You can look like Anakin." I was like, I don't want to look exactly like these fools.
Also,
That hair looks goofy.
is this
Yeah.
Star Wars Fortnite thing actually happening?
Oh, it was announced by
Yeah.
Fortnite's.
When's it?
Page.
When's
I think
it
it's
coming
already
out?
May
started.
2nd. No, I think it's
May
May
4th?
2nd.
I think
It
so.
would make
4th.
sense it was May the 4th.
No, but I think
Yeah.
it's gonna come out. It usually does that because they always have a May 4th thing with Fortnite
Yeah,
and
so
Star
now
Wars.
we're gonna have to grind
Yeah.
on this stupid ass shit with a
Yeah, me
all,
and
Hell
all the way
yeah.
to 100.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna buy the spell pass.
Yeah,
it's just an event. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe we don't have to go through 100 levels. Maybe we
No.
just
God.
join doing that. All right, back to Boba Fett. Buy the game. It's good.
All
or
right.
wait until it goes on sale. That's a good idea too. That's probably what I should have done.
Anyways, this man gets all of his shit pretty much stolen, but it flashes back because this man's in a bacta tank for like the first like 3 episodes. Like, and it every time he's laying in the bacta tank, it flashes back and forth, like between the timelines, like from when he's with the Tuskens and he busted out of the sand, and then to what's going on like in present time. So like when it flips back into the present time, he has his armor and he's pretty much the Dynamo. I don't know how to pronounce that right. That's
He's
it.
the head guy
Dynamo or whatever.
on Tatooine. He's what?
Yeah, he takes Jabba the Hutt's
Jabba
spot.
Hutt.
Yeah,
Jabba Hutt.
Jabba Hutt.
Jabba the Hutt. But he takes over for Jabba the Hutt because he goes in and kills Bib Fortuna and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
Jabba the
It's-
Hutt's dead though.
yeah, well, yeah.
Princess Leia off
Princess
that
Leia.
man.
Yeah.
On that, and he
Sexy
was
lingerie.
blowing up out there with Boba Fett when all that went down. But he's trying to take over for Mon Espa, but like nobody respects him because Boba's not really the bounty hunter anymore. Like he's not really violent and stuff like that. He's just trying to rule over and
He's
take
old.
care of his people, pretty much.
And
He's
he
old as-
He looks it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he looks pretty old. But pretty much what's going on through this whole thing is that the Pike Syndicate is running spies on Tatooine, and he doesn't like it, and they pretty much are just trying to force Boba out,
They're running that Zaza around.
pretty much. He pretty much is acquiring people throughout like his time. Like he finds Fennec Shan, and the Mandalorian. I don't know if y'all remember, but the Mandalorian like kills Fennec Shan out in the desert, and Boba finds her, and like takes her to like this mod shop to where like half of her body is like robotic now, and saves her. And
it's classic.
Right,
Star
and
Wars.
since he does that, she becomes like his right hand man and stuff. And there's two Gamorrean guards that like work for Boba. You remember how they used to be like super fat and stuff like that? It's kind of goofy. Y'all should see a picture of them. They're like chubby. They look like a chubby man, like with like this little strap armor and everything, and then just the pig head on.
The big ass pig head on.
Yes, you should. Yeah, you should see a picture of it. It's pretty.
Why didn't they do it like they did in Mandalorian?
What do you mean?
Because I think it's like the first episode of No, it's one of the episodes of the Mandalorian. He's watching them fight, and he's sitting in there. And it's like a whole betting thing. You know the big pig guy, the green guys, the axes.
Yeah, that's a Gamorrean.
Yeah,
Or Gamorrean, or however you pronounce it. But
yeah, but like they actually look like themselves.
yeah, no, these guys are not like
It's
huge.
probably because the Book of Boba Fett sucks so much that they just have a low budget.
All right,
so.
all right. Again, if
The
you'd actually
Mandalorian.
watch it and give it a chance, it's
If
another season of The Mandalorian that you love so much.
Yeah, if you actually give the Mandalorian a chance and just look
I've
past
watched it. I've watched it. I'm gonna watch it to this third season. Anyways, after like the third episode with all that stuff that's going on, he's just recruiting people. Like he ends up getting a Wookiee. He's like a gladiator. I think his name's like Christoph. These are some great
Chris
names.
Stefano.
It's like crustacean or something like that. And
a salad ball?
yeah,
Tupperware. Tupper.
but he's a badass because he was sent to like kill Boba at one point, but he ends up sparing him and things like that.
Did you
Sounds like
that?
Boba's a bitch.
Yeah.
No,
kidding.
Boba like
Boba
he
like
tried
the
to kill.
Mandalorian.
Boba baby.
He killed
Boba
the
bitch.
Mandalorian?
No, he's a bitch
Baby
like the
fat
Mandalorian.
Boba bitch.
He is bathed in
I
the
didn't
waters
think
of
about it.
Mandalore. If you
No, he
watch third
hasn't.
season,
Your brain had to learn.
he has.
Oh,
If
he
you watch
may
the third
now.
season,
Not at this point, he hasn't.
no,
He's
he's
a
still
little,
an outcast
little baby back bitch in this one.
because he took his helmet off.
You misspelled Fennec Shand.
I accidentally just hit that as well.
No, that should be an E instead of an I.
Whatever, Katie, over here.
Hey,
These are my
hey,
notes.
as long as you got one letter wrong, I would have got the whole thing wrong.
There's a lot of messed up stuff
Finn,
over here.
F-I-N-N, Finnick, I-K, Finnick.
It's EC.
Who cares?
People
can't
that named
spell.
her.
I would have gone Finnick.
See, I did all that, except I didn't
Finnick.
add the K.
Oh,
Okay, you're only off by one letter.
He ends up getting gifted a Rancor to replace the one that Jabba had, you know,
Man,
because
fuck
since Luke
them things,
fucked that
man.
thing up.
That thing was fucking me up on Jedi Survivor.
Dude, and guess who's the Beastmaster that comes with it? Fucking Danny Trejo is in the Book of Boba Fett as the Beastmaster.
He's in everything.
He has one scene and that's it. And it's like, I guess Rancors like will bond with like the first person that they see. And so like it has like its eyes covered, and then like there's a whole scene to where like they take the flaps off its eyes and it's staring at Boba Fett. It's
They
stupid.
fall in love.
Yeah, pretty much.
have little human Rancor babies.
Oh, it's gross.
Oh, that's
Sorry.
rough.
But all that's going on with Boba Fett, and then when you get to like episode 4, it switches to the Mandalorian. And there's like a whole thing. The Mandalorian's like collecting a bounty and stuff like that.
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah. And he ends up finding the remnants of the Mandalorians, which it's only 2. It's like the weapons master or whatever.
Yeah,
The
the
chick?
British woman.
Yes.
The armor.
Yeah, the armor. And
I don't even know if she's British. She's probably not.
Well, I think her
I don't
name
know.
is the armor. So
That
Yeah,
is her name.
She's the one that makes all the armor.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
yeah,
Wait a minute.
Is that the
For
armor?
real?
it is. You gotta watch season 3 because it goes so much more into depth of the I think they call it the culvert where they're hiding
Mm.
and like all the kids in there and they're getting their little Mandalorian helmets and stuff. It's super cool.
Well, with this, it's only 2 of them, and he finds them, and
Is one of them the big guy?
Yeah.
Oh,
He has a famous last name. Like, he's one of the big houses. But
he has the Gatling gun.
Where are the houses? Explain it, Scott.
I don't know the Mandalorian houses.
That's
There's
cool.
3 houses, it looks like. House Kryze, House Vizsla,
That's
and
it,
House
Vizsla.
Cast.
Oh, no,
Cast?
No Fett.
Oh, not anymore.
Boba Fett is not a Mandalorian. He has never been a Mandalorian.
I'm pretty sure Fett is a.
I thought Django was. That's why they wanted.
He
him
wasn't a
as
typical
soldier.
Mandalorian.
Yes.
Anyways,
Clan Fett was an ancient
Yes.
Mandalorian clan that could trace its lineage back to the Mandalorian Wars.
But it's I don't.
Ooh, see, that's the whole thing. We
There's only like a couple signets though, because
signets.
the Din Djarin is a part of the Mythosaur signet, and then Bo-Katan is a part of the Night Owl or something like that.
It's
Yeah.
so
That's
complex,
why her
y'all.
helmet looks like an owl.
there's a lot.
Yeah.
it
Because you
comes
got
to
the
that.
Death Watch, and you got
Oh, yeah.
all that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they split, and like Mandalore's always got some bullshit going on with it, and
The
that's the planet where they're
Mandalore is pretty much destroyed though. The Empire pretty much destroyed Mandalore. He ends up melting down this Beskar spear that he has, and makes like this little chainmail for Grogu. It's pretty.
Oh,
it's real
yeah.
small. It's kind of cute, and he has the Darksaber. The Mandalorian has the Darksaber.
Yeah, because he beat Moff Gideon.
Yeah.
He tried to give it
And-
to Bo-Katan. She wouldn't take it from him.
Old buddy,
lost that
the other
shit.
guy, Vizsla, gets like all pissy and like tries to challenge his ass, and he ends up winning. The Mandalorian ends up winning, and
Yeah.
he
Wow,
gets cast
shocker.
out. Right, he gets cast out because the armor asked if he ever took his helmet off, and so now he leaves again, and he goes back to Tatooine to the chick that was working on the ship.
Yeah.
I can't remember. I'm horrible
I
with
don't know
names.
her
Sorry,
name.
guys. But goes back there, and she ends up building him an N1 starfighter.
A Naboo.
Yep.
It's super cool.
It is really cool.
Yeah,
It's
I saw
pretty
that. I've
awesome.
seen that, and I'm like, that's so. Dope.
It's like super fast. Like they
That-
put like a supercharged like thing
You
on it.
got to watch season 3, man. Oh my god.
I'm going to. Like I said, I just haven't watched it yet.
that ship will always be like my top. I love that ship. My dad bought me one of
I
like.
love that ship.
It's a badass ship. The N7 fighters are
Yeah.
really cool looking.
I had like a model of it that my dad had bought me, and I would play with it, and it made sound and everything.
I would still pick
Good,
the
good times.
the X-wing over
Simpler times.
the N7.
I don't. Although I did hear the X-wing, those fucking when those blasters fire off, that's iconic too.
Yeah.
That takes you back. That makes me feel like a kid again when I hear them things shoot.
Oh yeah, look at that
Or
thing.
nipples.
It's sexy.
You know how that thing looks. It
Yeah.
needs to be painted yellow though.
No,
It looks like those
Absolutely.
lead
So- Yeah, 'cause
pencils
it's
silver
that
and-
you would get
it's
at
silver and
Christmas
blue.
that has all the
It-
little
it's
leads in
happy.
it.
it perfectly resembles Din Djarin. That's all I'm saying. Because
It needs to be
he
yellow.
is one of the only Mandalorians that has pure Beskar. Like his whole armor is pure. That's
yeah,
why
his
it's
armor.
silver.
I will give the Mandalorian his credit. His armor does
Here,
look badass.
Beskar.
Pure Beskar.
Beskar.
The purest of them all.
That man.
Are you trying to say pure?
Yes.
Here.
Pure.
her?
Pure. Pure.
In the Siege of Mandalore, or no, I
So
think
this man was saying
before,
pure.
before the Siege of Mandalore, they had to mix the Beskar with other metals because they were bleeding the planet dry. So they had to
That
start
thing
mixing
bleeding
it, and
pink.
he's like one of the only ones that has just pure Beskar armor.
Pure.
Pure. Pure.
It's just pure.
Huh? Yeah,
Damn, son.
because all his were silver. It was usually anybody that's all silver has pure,
Yeah.
but like
I had to
Pav
get that
Vizsla and all that. I don't know what the armor has. She's got gold.
She just be
Probably
tricking her shit
Beskar
out however she
gold.
wants.
She looks like a Viking, and it's
Yeah,
so
she does
cool.
look weird.
That's like y'all all wear iron
I have-
armor in Minecraft, and I'm over there with my gold.
She
Yeah.
has the spikes on top of her helmet, and I was like, bro, what if she takes her helmet off and she's like Darth Maul's race? That'd be crazy.
It's just,
Anybody can be a Mandalorian. A
Daphne.
Mandalorian, yeah.
Anybody can be a Mandalorian.
Anybody can be a Mandalorian. You just gotta have the heart of a Mandalorian.
she can't take that helmet off.
That gotta be some shit though.
You
Ha-
can,
yeah,
you
that
can
has to
Sweaty
take
in
it.
that thing.
So
Take it off in private. He wants to go visit Grogu, and this is where CGI Luke comes in. You
Yeah.
see him. You see Ahsoka.
That's in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yes, this is all in the
Okay, I
Book of
thought
Boba
it was
Fett.
Mandalorian.
yeah,
Does
watch.
Ahsoka pop up in the Mandalorian at all?
Yes,
Okay.
at the end of the second season.
Yeah, she's
Okay.
in it.
But you need to watch. I guess they did this on purpose, but you need to watch the Book of Boba Fett before you watch the third season.
Right.
Because I didn't finish Book of Boba Fett, and I went into the third season of The Mandalorian. I was like,
How did he get Grogu
I was
back?
like, how do you get Grogu back? What did I miss? And I went back to the second season. And I was like, I've seen all this. What is
this
going
man
on?
talking so much shit on the Book of Boba Fett, but it fills in the gaps.
For
That's
the
what I'm
Mandalorian,
saying.
it's just fucking.
I will say this, that I haven't watched it, and it's probably good, and I'll probably like it. But just the thought of like Boba Fett to me when I was watching it as like a kid and stuff, his allure was like you didn't know who he was. He was just this silent bounty hunter with a helmet on. You didn't know who he was. He didn't have all this backstory. He was just this badass and cool ass armor.
Right.
And it kind of takes that away, but I get it makes him a more complex character.
Nothing. I get what you're saying about it taken away from like that
Just
mystery of
yeah.
Boba Fett. Yeah.
Yeah,
and
he's just this badass in the background. Yeah, he gets stuck in a Sarlacc pit and like. doesn't
that's how he
really do all-
dies. Like
doesn't-
dies.
Yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot against Luke. I think he like shoots a couple of
Yeah,
times.
that-
And Luke's like,
That was my
But-
only thing about like because Boba Fett's such a cool character. Like,
but it's limited by the time. so,
right,
like,
and then
what
they
had
just
to
he
do.
just dies.
They
Yeah.
give
you
him
know.
the Wilhelm yell.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, that's kind of why I like it. I guess it depends on who the characters are because I know everybody is doing the same thing with minor characters. They're bleeding them dry when it comes to like giving them too much.
all from like the original trilogy and
Yes.
stuff like that.
But I like Boba Fett. I like that character. So to me, when they did this,
Yeah, and
I
I mean-
enjoyed it compared to
it makes sense with it tying into the Mandalorian and all the Mandalorian stuff and all
Right.
that. It makes sense.
it. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's a series. It probably could have just been like a long movie because of the way it is. Like it shows you a lot of the stuff with the Mandalorian. You know, it shows Ahsoka, it shows Luke, it shows Grogu's training as a
Yeah.
Jedi and stuff. And
He gets a little lightsaber, don't he?
No.
no, he doesn't.
Or is that-
So
That would be
Luke-
so cute.
He gives him a
when
little
he's there training, the Mandalorian comes, but he doesn't see.
comes.
Yeah, he comes.
lightsaber. You said, yeah, emphasis on
He comes.
He comes.
He comes hard.
Sounds like a porno they've made already.
Old Go Jiren or whatever his name is.
Din Djarin.
There you go. Yeah. Din
Go
slinging.
Jiren. Go Jiren.
Go Djarin.
Go Jirens.
Din
That's the football
slinging.
team. Mandalorian football team.
He doesn't. He
They would be
doesn't.
called the Mythosaurs.
He doesn't actually see Grogu. Like he doesn't approach him, and Grogu doesn't see him and stuff. Because Luke and Ahsoka are like, "Are you sure you want to do this?
They made a baby.
It's gonna set him back. Like if you intervene, you know, maybe he won't, you know, go to his full potential. All that bullshit, and it's stupid. The Mandalorian gives the gift to Ahsoka to give to Luke to give to Grogu, and Luke sets Yoda's lightsaber and the pretty much the chainmail, the Beskar chainmail, in front of him, and is like, you know, you have to choose your destiny, da 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 da, what you want to do, and
Why can't he have both?
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, why you gotta be like this,
That
Luke?
doesn't sound like Luke, because Luke's the whole thing with Luke is like he doesn't really
He's
prescribe
neutral.
to the Jedi because
I-
he's like you can have friends, you
He's
can have
Switzerland.
love, you can have people you're connected
Yeah, but
to.
for this show's sake and for the Mandalorian show's sake with Grogu, they probably had to tie something in for him to go back to the Mandalorian. Because he chooses, you see later as the show develops that he comes in the end and he chose the Beskar armor
Oh, which makes
because
sense.
the X-Wing with R2 flies him back to Tatooine. And that's how he links back up with the
R2 be
Mandalorian.
seeing everything, bruh.
Right.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
one recording it all. That's why we got all this information.
Because it's his destiny's not to be a Jedi. His destiny's to be something else.
More than a Jedi.
Wow.
What's more than a Jedi?
A Mandalorian.
Mandalorian Jedi.
I will say though,
Dope.
the CGI for Luke wasn't as bad as I felt like it was in the second season of The Mandalorian. I felt like they cleaned it up a little bit.
I don't think they're gonna get better and
We
better.
watched that, and I was like,
I bet Mark Hamill.
and everybody who I was
Well,
watching
Mark
it with,
Hamill helped with the Book of Boba Fett. That's why they said that like it wasn't as bad with the CGI and stuff like that.
I was watching when he first comes in the second season with a bunch of people who don't really watch Star Wars, and they didn't really know who Luke was, and I was the only one over there like, everyone's like, "What's wrong?" And I'm like, "Y'all don't even know. This is so."
How do you
messed
not know
up."
who Luke is? Like,
I want to say this.
He's not,
There
like,
is a
on
scene
the level with Darth Vader.
in season 3 where it's nothing real big. Grogu has to go in there. The armorer makes Grogu go in there by himself with the armor, and she's like beating a piece of metal, and I was like, she's about to make this man a little Mandalorian helmet. It wasn't a Mandalorian helmet, it was just a piece of armor. But it was so, I was like, what are they going to do with his ears? Is it going to have those slots where his ears come? And I was like, this is
Or are they just gonna have to squish him down?
I'm not gonna lie. I saw some concept art that somebody was drawing for him, and it was like the Mandalorian mask with like the tusk and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it looked really badass.
Well,
It
he's
was him wearing it.
I forgot what they call him. He's a foundling. So, like, he's in the stages of becoming a Mandalorian, and it's so weird because he's so small. He's already, like, 50 years old, and he can't talk. But he understands what everybody says, so.
Oh, it's so
Pike
funny.
Syndicate's trying to force Boba out, so they end up sending like all their forces to take him out. And one cool character that comes in from the animated series is Cad Bane.
Yeah.
They hire Cad Bane.
He looks pretty dope.
He does look really dope.
He's cool in this show. Like,
Yeah.
he's like when he comes in, you're like, oh yeah. Here we go.
And
That's like the pirate guy. What's the pirate guy's name in the Clone Wars? You know the pirate dude?
fuck. I know who you're talking
Talking about
about.
the green guy?
No, the guy that's like always getting them into bullshit.
Yeah.
Like he's always
He like helps and doesn't help, and he does all.
Hondo. That's him.
that's
Yeah,
it.
it's Hondo. Yeah.
I would be surprised. Oh, I don't know what happens in the Clone Wars. Does he ever die?
What, Hondo?
Yeah,
Hondo doesn't die, no, because he's in the
Rebels.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if he dies. At the
They'll
end of
probably
Rebels.
bring him in at some point.
Yeah.
Oh,
Maybe
I
not.
finished all the Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Pike Syndicate's going in trying to force Boba out at the end. There is one sad thing though. Cobb Vanth, the guy that had Boba Fett's armor, he is the first one that sees Cad Bane, and they do their whole little Western, duel, and Cad Bane kills Cobb Vanth. R.I.P. Cobb Vanth.
Cad Bane. That man's a monster.
Sad. It's like a whole badass moment. They're both standing out there, and it's really Cobb Vanth's stupid ass deputy because he's out there and he's like, "What you want me to do, boss?" And fucking, he's like, "Shut up, go inside." And then the guy gets all itchy and tries to pull his thing, and Cad Bane just blasts both of them. So, I guess it showed how much of a badass he is.
Still, even though he's probably should be dead soon, because you know that race doesn't live very long.
Oh well, he gets his.
Oh, okay.
Big fight at the end, Boba's side versus Syndicate. They start, how everything goes. It's like you think Boba and them are gonna win, then even more big bad machines come in, and then they're all about to lose. It's your typical fight.
Then they come back and they win.
Yeah, but they Boba Fett goes and gets his Rancor. And is riding it through the streets, destroying like these big robots that have like shields and stuff. It's a pretty cool scene. And he just wrecks them all. And then Boba and Cad Bane have their little standoff. And
do they kiss?
no.
Hmm.
Cad Bane though
They
shoots
have
Boba
hate
like
sex.
3 or 4 times. And then Cad Bane walks up and he's like, you should have learned and da 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 da, and gets too close to him. And Boba like does his little leg twirl and trips him, and gets up, and he like beats the shit out of him with his staff, his Tusken staff, because you find out from Cad Bane that you thought that the Tuskens were wiped out because they all die, they get wiped out. You thought that they had died
Like
from
extinction?
No,
Oh.
the group that
Extinction?
taught
Like,
Boba,
damn.
they all get like killed. And you find out that
Genocide on the
the Pike
Tuskens.
Syndicate actually are the ones that like wiped all them out.
Mhm.
And Cad Bane's like laughing and teasing them about it, so it just pisses Boba off even more. But he trips him and stabs him in the chest with his little staff, his little Tusken staff. So, but it's pretty cool.
Got tired of that character. Like, well,
Yep, they're
exhaust
like,
him out.
let's bring him in just to
We can't
finish
afford to
him
pay
off.
him anymore.
That's pretty much what they did. That's all Cad Bane was good for. They were like, hey, let's make him the guy that's like the go-between between the Pike Syndicate and.
Well, I mean, it's good because after the Clone Wars and stuff, we were always like, man, what happened to Cad Bane? Or,
Well, I
like,
think he's in Rebels some, but yeah.
I mean, you see him in Rebels and stuff, but you ask yourself, I'm like, I wonder whatever happens to him if he like settles down. He puts his bounty hunting boots up or something, but no, he just Boba Fett.
Well,
just
I mean,
offs
you
him.
don't know. He might not be dead. Goddamn, they bring
Well,
Darth
shit,
Maul
you
back
ain't
about
lying.
8,000 times.
One
Yeah.
cool
He's
connection, though.
officially dead though.
Yeah.
One cool connection that if you didn't watch Rebels, you wouldn't know was that Boba was actually a part of Cad Bane's crew when he was younger.
Oh yeah. I knew that. No,
It's-
that's Clone Wars.
It's Clone Wars?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's with him through all that.
When
and stuff.
Boba was young, he was with Cad Bane and all that. And
Cad Bane's whole thing when he's standing over Boba and like you think he's about to kill Boba, he's like, I got one more lesson to teach you. Like, and you wouldn't know that unless you've seen the Clone Wars.
yeah, I'm surprised Ventress don't pop at some point, but she probably dies, don't she?
I don't know. Anything.
I thought Ventress turns to the
Ventress
light
is
side.
one of
She
the
does.
Sith. She was Dooku's apprentice, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that happens with her in Clone Wars.
Yeah.
In the Night Sisters, which connects to Jedi.
Have y'all ever seen
Survivor,
the
Fallen
Clone Wars
Jedi.
movie that came out before the show?
Yeah.
I know about
yes.
it, but I haven't.
I
like,
watched
seen
it religiously. When
Yeah,
I was
it's
a
pretty
kid.
good.
It's super cool because it's just.
I like that art style on that. It's really
Yeah.
cool. That like 2D art style.
I don't know what it is about Obi-Wan's armor.
Oh my god, dude!
He's got like it looks like he's got like half clone armor on.
Yeah. The
That
sword
Yeah, it
armor
looks
is so
badass.
cool on Obi-Wan.
That armor's in Jedi Survivor.
Yeah.
Well, at least I've got the legs of it, and it's so dope.
Oh,
When I
I'm
put it
sure.
on, I
I'm
was
sure
like,
the whole suit's in there.
I'm turning Cal Kestis into Obi-Wan. I don't need to do this.
One cool thing is that they introduce you to beast control in this because at the end they use the Rancor to kill the robot, save the town, but the Rancor is still like going a little crazy and like still destroying shit even after the bad guys are beat. And old Grogu comes up and does like beast control and like calms the Rancor down. So that was kind of cool to see that force
I thought
power.
that was more of a, like, some Jedi have certain powers that others don't. Like
Mhm.
Anakin has the Scream. One of his special force powers that a lot of people don't have is the Scream.
Yeah.
And apparently Luke's is like teleportation. How he teleports his shit all the way across the galaxy.
Yeah.
But I thought beast control was one, but that's just kind of like a universal thing. 'Cause everybody has it.
I just put it as beast control because that's what it looks like.
Yeah, it does, because that's what it is, because Ahsoka has it,
Mhm.
Cal Kestis has it, I'm pretty sure Obi-Wan has it, and then Grogu has it. I'm sure every Jedi Master has it.
Yeah. But in the end, they end up killing one of the heads of the Pike Syndicate, and they save Mos Espa, and everyone's happy. Like, it literally ends with the Mandalorian and Grogu flying off into space, like a good old happy
And
ending to a typical Star
Maybe they
Wars
should
movie.
just blow up
Season
Tatooine.
3,
There's
I'm
too
pretty
much
sure-
shit that goes on in Tatooine.
Well, and I guess that's how they. I don't know if they're gonna do anything else with Boba Fett, but I guess that'd be a good spot just to leave him. Like, they save Mos Espa, he's the Dynamo, and he's saving. Like, he's over that stuff. I mean, I don't think that they would need like another Book of Boba Fett or this or that. I mean, if they wanted to bring him in as like something with the Mandalorian, like they need his help or some bullshit, they could do that.
I could see them being like not making because I think that's might be what they do for like Obi-Wan. It's just these are one-off series to let you
Yeah.
give you a little story and let people have the nostalgia trip, and then that's like, all right, well,
Push it to the side.
Well, it's good.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I liked the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Because I felt like it ended like we could just leave Boba Fett right there. You brought him back, gave him a cool little story. You blended the cool stuff with the Mandalorian and showed that what's going on there, and just leave it where it is. You don't need anything else with Boba Fett.
Yeah, I think I think like the whole game plan is wrapping up all the prequel and sequel, not prequel and original
Yeah.
stuff. They're wrapping all that up so they can do their own shit with the next step, which they announced with like Rey and stuff.
Yeah.
The future, and then when they go to the past with the High Republic and the Old Republic.
Yeah, what, the Acolyte and stuff like that that's
yeah,
coming
and
out.
then they're gonna do the whole, like the first Jedi. They're gonna do that too.
Have y'all watched the Andor show?
No,
I have not.
I haven't
The guy
watched it.
from Rogue One.
I
I
started
haven't
it.
watched it, but
I
a
heard
lot
it's
of people
good.
said it's super good. I don't know if it's
I
not
like
like
to have the Jedi's in it. I feel like there's so much stuff without any Jedi, and
that's what I'm
this
saying. I
and
like
that.
I want to have like now the Mandalorian has Jedi's in it, but I like the Mandalorian lore. So,
yeah,
but it's like it's another rebel. It's just like
it's a lot of Rebel lore and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it's a lot of Rebel stuff, and
Well,
there's
it's
not
like
a whole
the
bunch
start of the Rebel Alliance, isn't it? Like, it's the beginning of...
I
of.
don't know.
So. I mean, it's more like a spy thriller, which
It's
You
it's
could
not
take-
definitely after Rogue One because he dies.
everything
Oh, yeah.
in Star Wars. I mean, you don't have to have Jedi, and they're.
Jesus.
Did you just rip ass?
Yeah. Oh
Felt
my
like you
God.
just tore that chair in half.
Fucking poor Spider-Man over there.
But
Except
I don't remember what I was fucking saying. Golly. Yeah, not everything has to have a Jedi in it, but I feel like that's kind of like the thing right now. And I was like, I want more Jedi. That's
I
why I'm
do
liking
too.
Jedi Survivor so much, because it's. And I get it. There's like no Jedi left. They've been purged. There's not a lot you can do from that, but I mean, that's like my biggest. I love the Jedi and all that
Yeah.
lore and stuff like that. So
It's kind of... They talk about... which means Jedi... This is the dark saber, but they talk about the dark saber and how it was crafted and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool to kind of learn more about
they're
the dark
definitely
saber.
going to go into that, because that was part of the first Jedi stuff and everything.
Yeah.
Wasn't the first Sith? Maybe not. I don't know.
No, I mean, this was crafted by a Mandalorian. It was
Yeah,
a
but-
Mandalorian Jedi hybrid. Like, he
Yeah.
was...
And he made it.
Talking
He
about the
wasn't
dark saber.
first Sith,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah,
But it's pretty cool.
whoever wields the dark saber rules Mandalore.
Well, the guy... I keep forgetting his name. Starts with a V. The other...
Baz, Visla, Pav,
He-
Pav, Pav.
his
Pavlov.
ancestor, it was a Vizsla that created the dark saber and
Yeah.
stuff like that, and that's why he challenged him. Was like, my great grandpappy made that thing.
It's not his.
Right.
And it's
Well, there's a whole bunch of
Not
lore
really
behind the
the
dark saber.
Mandalorians.
Like, if you're not worthy or you're like questioning yourself, it gets heavy and you
Yeah.
can't use
Oh
it.
no, that's the way it is when this man cannot use the dark saber at all.
Who?
It's like swinging a sledgehammer.
Din
to
Djarin.
him.
Yeah,
Yes.
because he doesn't like it. Because that's
Right.
not his fighting style.
He that's what they talk about. He is like, it says to let it become a part of like you, like your lightsaber and stuff like that.
doesn't
and
want it.
He's struggling with it, and so it's like he's carrying around like 100-pound sword.
Yeah, it's because he doesn't want the responsibilities and stuff that come with being the ruler of Mandalore.
Right.
And that's just not him. It's Din Djarin is just like a Western person. You give a Western person a sword, and they're gonna be not right. You know. Also,
A
That
Western
nigga
person.
dead.
yes, the Mandalorian is supposed to be meant like he's supposed to resemble like a
Cowboy.
yes.
Well, I mean, there's
kinda. He's like a space
Star
cowboy.
Wars. I think whenever you go to
was a
Tatooine, it's kind
cowboy.
of they kind of do that spaghetti western type thing. They kind of want to stick to
That's
that.
the way that this feels. I will say that the Mandalorian does give you kind of a Western feel.
Yeah, the whole
way that it's like all
the whole
it's
music.
a space Western.
Yes, but okay, so I don't know how it is in Boba Fett, but in the third season, they are doing the Darksaber just looks so goofy, especially when there's a whole scene where someone has it. I'm not gonna say the name, and they open it, and it's just like it just looks
Does it make that
so
sound?
Yeah, but
ugly.
I want to like
Yeah,
saber
but
that goes.
they even say, like, if you look at it, the Darksaber's
Why does
not
it
like
make
a
that
lightsaber.
sound?
The Darksaber isn't like a regular lightsaber.
I
it's
know
a
that
thin
it's got
blade.
a blade
Yeah.
on it.
It'll make him come,
Okay,
like Scott
so-
said earlier.
That's another thing that a lot of people have talked about, because it's a theory. Lightsabers in some instances will seem like it'll cut through anything, and then they'll hit like someone and it bounces off. And the theory is, what if a lightsaber actually has an edge,
Yeah, I mean,
and
there
you
is a
just
thing
can't
about
see
that.
it because it's just so bright. So
Little
it has an edge.
trivia tidbit: the orange lightsaber, they're making it canon now.
Oh, really?
And yeah, it's actually not a kyber crystal; it's a synthetically made crystal. I might be completely wrong about that, so don't take me on it. But I'm
He
pretty
got that
sure.
synthetic stuff.
But it's like a crystal that's made synthetically, and that they use it to make different stuff, and
It's
like,
their meth or something
it
like
can
that.
power like blasters
Hell
and
yeah.
stuff.
Get 'em
But
all
you
jacked
can
up.
you can put it in lightsabers, and that's what makes the orange color. Because I think it pops up in Mandalorian the third season. Is there any orange lightsabers? You seen any of those yet, Tyler?
In the third season?
Have you watched the whole third season?
No, I have one episode left.
Oh, maybe not. They pop up somewhere. Maybe it's in TV, like, or maybe they popped it up in the Star Wars Celebration thing in Europe or whatever. But it's like now it's canon, and they're like going back on a bunch of stuff, like Old Republic, which I can't wait. If they get into that and get into Revan,
Oh, dude, that's gonna be fucking badass.
it's gonna be so good.
I love the Old Republic. I love those games.
Yeah, I mean I think they realize that, and they're like, let's just go back and retcon all that
Mm-hmm.
and tell the story and make bukus of bucks off of it.
Oh yeah. If they go back to the Old Republic and
They
start bringing it all into this like cinematic universe, it's gonna.
They will, because it's part of a timeline. They got the timeline, and it's right there, Old Republic.
You've been awfully quiet this episode. Got anything
She
you
don't
like to
give a
say?
fuck about
You want to
Star
watch
Wars.
Book of Boba Fett?
She wants to watch fucking wands twirl on
I don't need to watch it now. I know
She
what
wants
it's
to watch
about.
Sailor Moon.
You should really watch it. I know that Tyler, you hate on it and stuff, but it may fill in some gaps with.
Well,
season
I've done learned all the gaps.
Wow,
Yeah,
So-
we just learned everything there is to know about it.
Thron's coming into the Ahsoka show.
What is
Isn't that the
Ahsoka's
blue guy?
race?
She's
Junta.
What is Ahsoka's race? Like, what is she? What species of alien is she?
Alien?
Alien.
Alien?
Sexy as fuck, that's what it is.
Essence, like,
Don't
I
look at
can't
me like
pronounce
that, Katie.
Ain't that pretty?
Togruta?
it.
How
Yeah,
dare you, Haley.
a Tagaruda. A Shikabakalaka.
Yeah,
Isn't-
she's the same as Shakti.
What
Who
is
is
happening?
A
Shakti is the
Junta.
Jedi Master.
If you
Okay,
play
so
KOTOR,
who is the
you
one
know.
that is that race in Boba Fett?
Ahsoka.
Oh, no, you're talking about the creepy pink guy?
That is a Twi'lek, and that is
Oh.
not the same race.
Oh, I'm not even saying.
There, I've seen like
Twilight
screenshots
is what I'm saying. Junta.
of someone that has like the things like Ahsoka,
Yeah.
but they were skin colored.
Yeah, that's a Twi'lek.
That is, yeah, those are
Yeah.
Twi'leks.
Or Twi'leks.
Or
Isn't that
Twi'leks.
crazy?
They're
Yeah.
usually
It's
green.
Twi'leks.
Or
That's
they're
nice.
Whatever they are.
I'll call
Yeah.
them Twi'leks or Twinkies.
Yeah. Okay. So there is a girl. How about this though? There is a girl in the Book of Boba Fett. She's like the bar owner, and she's a Twi'lek, and she's just like she's white, like she's like skin color. Like,
Yeah.
Like a tiefling.
And some of them have like the texture of human
Do they
skin.
have the cantina?
Oh, they have some music
On a
going in
hip
there.
and boom.
Oh, she's a little red, I guess.
Yeah, I don't like that at all.
What? You
It's
don't like
very-
her tentacles?
No, it's very
No, in KOTOR,
It's fine.
No.
in
You don't like her
KOTOR,
I'm pretty
tentacles?
sure there's a girl like that
in
the,
KOTOR,
originals.
in KOTOR, they all
Original.
look slimy. Like
Yeah,
all
they
of
do
them look slimy.
Like you
Mhm.
go, you get like a good little glob on your finger.
You put it in your hair, they just produce gel. Oh, thanks, man. You really helping my mullet out. Mullet. party in the back, or business in the front and party in the back. A junta.
A junta.
A chica like a baka.
These are
I've heard that
Yeah.
in my life more than anything.
Because they made like 10 lines for that species, and it repeats the
A
entire.
junta.
This is Knights of the Old Republic. The entire thing, they use like the 10 same
Can you do the
dialogues
other
for
one?
this species.
A
so.
chica like a baka. KOTOR.
I like that one.
we'll play it. We're gonna play that.
Yeah.
That's one game we should play, and then y'all see it because y'all are gonna be there for it.
I'm
It's
sorry,
our
what?
Childhood.
I want to play it.
Oh, this sucks.
I should buy it on my Switch. They have it on the Switch
Yeah,
now.
you can
Yeah,
buy
they
on
have it
Switch.
on my phone.
If you double click the left
I saw that.
thumbstick 3 times, you get a little cheat menu.
Oh,
Yeah, you can just
hey.
level up all the
Yeah.
way if you wanted to.
On what? The Switch?
Look, Tolly.
A chica
Do they have
laka
two?
laka? Is that
Yeah,
what it said?
one
Oh,
is the
I
only
got-
one that it works for, though. The cheat list only works for one right now, supposedly.
You want to know a show I want them to make? Old buddy from Jedi Outcast. I got that on my
Cal
Switch
Katarn?
too. Yes.
Or Catan?
I agree.
Katie don't know shit about Cal Catan.
You don't know me.
A chica
That's
baka
how they made
laka?
Luke.
What, chica baka
When he
laka?
falls,
If you would fall off something,
That was so chica baka laka of you.
Yeah.
that's how you'd be.
Yeah.
That's
got
your
real
that's
wet.
your goblin scream when you DM.
Yeah, same thing. That's where I got it from. Luke Skywalker.
but
Um.
all right, since none of you have actually watched it, I will give the Book of Boba Fett like
How many loots?
2.
I was gonna say I'll give it like a 4 out of 5 loots.
Oh, okay.
I
I was like,
just-
God damn. I thought
Hey,
it was out of
we
10.
go
I
to
was
10.
like,
We go to
shit.
10.
Oh, we're going to. Is it
Yeah.
the 10?
It's
then?
always the
Yeah,
10.
so probably
I'll
like
give it a
8.
7.5.
Okay, that makes sense.
Give it a 7.5 out of 10.
What I've seen
So-
from it, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 out of 10.
This man seen one episode.
I just feel like they didn't need to make a whole show about Boba Fett
Well,
to
you don't-
get the filler for the Mandalorian. They're just doing so much for money that it's like I don't even want to
Like,
watch.
you
this
have
shit
to
that's
watch
anymore.
that in order to watch this.
Yeah,
and
but
it's like,
my
It's
thing
like
is-
Marvel for me. It turns me off
it
of
gets
ever wanting
too
to watch
much.
any of it ever
It gets
again.
to be too
I guess
much.
it's different because I am a fan of this. So with
Yeah.
it being like that, I want more of that. Like
I just get confused.
leaving it to one
little series.
series, making it a season like they did with Obi-Wan and Boba Fett. Even though I do want Obi-Wan because he's my favorite, they probably shouldn't. And that's
Yeah.
what they need to do. Just leave it to that. Don't try to
Bleed it.
bleed it dry. Don't try to beat the shit out of the donkey or whatever you call it.
Beat a dead horse.
Yeah.
Yeah, donkey horse.
Beat the crap out of a donkey.
Beat that ass.
That's a good sound bite.
Beat that ass.
Beat that ass. But that's it for the Book of Boba Fett. You should watch it. Alright guys, that's it for this episode of Stuck in the Sidequest. Like, subscribe, follow us on all of our social media, and we really appreciate y'all's support. So we'll see you next time.